Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. Moving on my own skin. Crocodile, yeah, I'm washed in the blood. Made new, can't tell who I was. No, he saved me by grace. He did it just because. Yeah, my flesh was on E. Had to fill it with the spirit. God, I'm complete. Secretly in prayer, gotta keep it real discreet. All the verses they don't write on God breathe. Yeah. Christ.
Hey, it's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. Y'all know what time it is already.
Hey, everybody.
What's up to all our people out there?
Yes.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wealthy Marriage
Joy
Wednesday.
got that Wednesday hair for y'all
Oh,
today,
come on.
too. Look, she looking real fabulous over here. I'm just saying, that's me. So, for all the players out there, look that way. Hey, I thank God for y'all. We are about to have a good time today. There is nothing like Wealthy Marriage Wednesday because this is the opportunity where we get to really be able to share some real game, high level game, good information, some things that are going to help us to be able to take our generational wealth, the whole deal, to a whole nother level. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's real significant. We're talking about good credit. We also going to be talking about some other things that you don't want to miss out on. It's been a great week.
Yes.
For the first time in a long time, we don't have a single place to rent.
I know.
Like, if you want to rent something, we ain't got nothing for you. And that makes me feel so good.
Right. Everything is running.
Yeah, stuff is running. So I thank God for that because, it's nothing like when stuff is going all the way good. We got 3 good projects going that we've been cooking up for a while. So I thank God that things are in the right path. So y'all keep praying for us.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep praying for y'all, blessing y'all. Hey, we're on a little bit later than normal today, but I'm telling you, this information you about to get today is going to bless you. And it's going to be probably one of the most best lessons on credit that you ever gonna get. So we gotta go play around with it.
Come on, lessons. Let's
this
go.
Is a lesson
Let's
right
get
here.
into
These are
it.
our lessons learned.
Let's get into it
on credit. We're gonna give you the real deal here today,
right.
Especially for married couples, man. You know what? Shout out to my married couples who are here.
Right.
Hey, so this obviously we're talking about structuring your credit to invest. We're gonna be getting into that because we want to be financially independent, retiring early. That's the jam. We talk about the freedom formula every single week. So why stop now?
Right, because we turn our time into money
and our money into assets
and our assets into freedom.
Freedom to what? To do the thing that God's called you to do.
That's right.
In this short time. This is your disclaimer.
Yes, it is.
As every week. All this is for your education and entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
We just 2 people you seen on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, or LinkedIn, or one of those other channels. And you know what? We're going to give you some good information, but do your own research. A past performance and past success doesn't mean that you're going to be successful.
That is true.
And it also means that you need to make sure you fact check everything you see online.
Yes.
Go do your own research.
Please.
You'll be glad you did. We recommend it.
Yes.
We're going to talk to you about something. Because before we can talk to you about credit, we got to talk about states of being.
Okay. Come on then.
There's a powerful state of being because integrity is the thing that you do when you can get away with it.
That's right.
Integrity is the thing you do when nobody's looking. Integrity is the part of our character that is shown only when there's an option to do something other. And the fact of the matter is, we talking about credit today. And the truth about credit is it's an integrity situation.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It just fact of the matter it is. At some point, you signed up to pay for something, and you either paid it or you didn't pay it. And that's the main part about credit.
Yeah.
And so there's different types of people. We have consumers.
Yes, we
do.
I mean,
I'm telling you, everybody's a consumer at some point. Everybody's a consumer at some point.
That's right.
And we're going to talk about that. So let's get it right into it.
Yeah.
And so to be a consumer is a person who gets their money and spends it.
Yep.
I'm telling
you. Yeah. And they do. They just go to work, spend the money, and do it over again.
Well, consuming, it's good to consume. We all consume stuff.
Yeah.
But when we overconsume, and as a victim of overconsuming, do you know that most people now in the United States are literally swimming in credit card debt or other forms of debt, and that debt will bury us. Personal consumer debt is not good, and that's even consumer debt. For most of us, for most Americans, over 70% of Americans, most of the debt that we have is consumer debt. Most of the things that we look at for credit is consumer-based credit.
Wow.
And so before we can get into any sort of talk about how to leverage debt effectively to be able to buy assets, the first thing we got to do is get past our spending issue. And this is something me and Joy, we don't talk about it very often.
We had to get past that.
Yeah, but it's the number one thing that we had to get past. Not only that we had to get past, is that every single couple week coach has got to get past. Matter of fact, you're not coachable until you get past your spending habit. And this is the part where we had to turn a lot of people down. It's like, you're not ready. No. And so it's okay to get Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's okay to get some free resources. It's okay to be a YouTube person and watch YouTube videos and do YouTube University. Do all your free research, but don't, until you get to a point in your life where you are willing to have delayed gratification, which means I'm not going to buy the things I could buy. I'm going to wait until later on, and so that I can have more later. Until we get past that and we consume and consume and consume, the truth is we're eating our seeds. And when we eat our seeds, then we're not going to be able to produce fruit. So we have to move from being a consumer to a, who knows the word?
Producer.
See, I was a spoiler.
I'm sorry.
Right. That's right.
I was the people.
Is a producer.
I'm a person.
It's producing things. We have to produce things other people can consume. Like at the end of the day, if we're going to truly be able to have good credit, good credit is one thing. We're going to be able to talk through some steps to have good credit. But the other part is becoming a producer. We want you to be a person who can produce, who can make more money, who can have enough, not only just to pay their bills, but to pay other people's bills. Not just to pay other people's bills, but to be able to be a person who can put other people on.
That's why it's so important to be a producer, so that you can be able to pour into others and be able to help. So being a producer is very, very, very important.
All right. And this is the person you don't want to be. Let's talk about this person just briefly. You don't want to be a taker. Because a lot of times if I see somebody and they got really bad credit, I oftentimes at some point in their life, they lived as a taker. They felt entitled. They was like, nah, that business don't need that money. I know I signed my name over here, but I ain't got to pay them. They don't need it. They ain't going to miss it. You had some kind of bill. Somebody provided you a service. Somebody provided you a product. Somebody provided you a place to stay. Somebody gave you a phone. Somebody gave you some cable. Somebody did something for you. You said you was going to pay them and you didn't pay them. And that means that you got a sense of entitlement. And something about you says, nah, it's good. You owe that to me. Because if it was really that important, you pay it. Manipulating and hustling. Don't be this person. Don't be that person. Because I'm going to tell you the one thing about a taker and a person who lives in a state of being a taker, they're never satisfied. It doesn't matter how much free stuff they get.
That is so true.
It doesn't matter how much more money they start making. They don't think I'm going to make some more money and stop being a taker. No, when you're a taker, you are a taker until you get delivered from being a taker. And my prayer right now is everybody watching this is anybody who's living a lifestyle of being a taker is delivered from being a taker. Not always having a story, not always got some drama and a reason why you ain't got no money and a reason why somebody need to give you something for free. At some point, we're going to need to be delivered from being a taker and become a producer.
I always wonder if those people who always have that negative, it's like nothing ever goes right, nothing is, it's always bad. It's like, well, why is that? Like, is it because you don't have a desire to be a producer, or or you don't really know that you're just a taker and that everything that you're doing is keeping you from where you can excel?
Yep, what Joy said. I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know that I have been an overconsumer before, and I'm committed to not doing that because our families deserve better. So before we can become an investor, before we can be a person who can be trusted with more money, before we can be a person who should be trusted with other people's money, we have to make sure that we can truly be trustworthy. And to do that, we have to literally become a producer. And that is a person who takes the things that they have in their hands and they make them multiply.
Right.
And when you become that person consistently and you produce more than you consume, and you stay far, far away from being a taker, you're able to be a blessing to a lot of different people, and you can be trusted with more money. And so now we're going to tell you the formula, a quick formula to be able to get good credit.
Yes.
Number one,
pay your bills.
all right, somebody write that down.
Come
That's
on.
step number one.
Yes.
Pay your bills.
Yes.
Pay your bills.
Yes.
Guess what? I don't like it. They send me stacks of stuff. I don't even like opening the paper.
Like
You know,
that.
I don't even like clicking on the links. I can't never remember all my passwords. I don't know how much the
Right.
bill is. But
They
at
much
the end
rather
of the
put it on
day,
auto draft.
yeah, I do. But if they send you a notice, you got to follow up on the stuff.
That's
And
right.
so if some of the stuff you owe, some of the stuff you don't, but you won't know until you follow up. But the big deal is, number one is to pay your bills. I hate that we have to have this conversation, but it's a true thing.
You know, sometimes.
Next up,
Pay all your bills.
catch the next one. All right, so hold on.
Not
Step
just
one
some.
is to pay your bills.
Pay your bills.
Step two is to pay
Pay
all
all.
your bills.
All of
Because
them.
guess what? Even a small hit on your credit, anything negative on your credit is going to negatively impact you. So don't let $50 somewhere that slipped through the cracks, or some company that you was disputing and you never followed all the way up with it.
Right.
Usually it's the dumb stuff that throws our credit off. So if you're going to have your credit thrown off, let it be for some amount that you really didn't have.
Right.
Don't let it be for the, $100 here,
The $50.
the $50 here, the 75 that got 15,000 interest charges on it. Now they want to charge you 800 for
Right.
a bill that was like $75.
Exactly.
So like take care of the small stuff, the dumb stuff. And so pay all your bills. And then that includes settling. Don't be afraid to call up there and get a settlement. Pay it off for less. Make sure you get it in writing. Number 3,
Pay all your bills on time.
pay all your bills now on time. So step number 1, pay your bills. Step number 2, pay all your bills. Step number 3 now is pay all your bills on time. Guess what? Sometimes you ain't got it. If you ain't got it, go make it.
Yes.
And until you make it, make an arrangement.
Right.
And if you can't make an arrangement, put something on it. And until you can get enough to pay it all, put something on it. But then eventually at some point, it's paying all your bills on time. And by your bills, we're saying the things that you need. And obviously, we're not going to go deep into needs and wants. This is Wealthy Marriage Wednesday.
Yes.
This ain't a time for the elementary talk. So once again, hate to be having the conversation, but it's real. Yeah. And you only feel it when you feel it. And don't be the people who are looking with an eye towards retirement and you making, $100,000, $200,000 a year and you still halfway living check to check and you wondering what's going on. It's because it's a consumer versus a producer and not just a consumer versus a producer. Yeah. It's also having good spending habits, because if you can be trusted with a little bit, then God can trust you with a whole lot for many years to come. You're going to need these habits and tricks. This is some good stuff.
Number 4, repeat steps 1, 2, and 3.
All right. So to repeat steps 1, 2, and 3, we're going to do it together. Pay your bills. Pay all your bills.
And pay all your bills on time.
There we go. And then repeat. And so, hey, I want you all to tap in. I'm going to invite this brother on here. But Jeff Johnson, he's got a tremendous formula. He calls it the $250,000 formula for excellent 750 plus credit. And y'all hit us up at 632-3005. Y'all text us that number if you want us to invite Jeff on to give you some detailed game, do some Q&A on Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. Maybe his wife would come on. That'd be really good.
That would be good.
Hey, but I'm going to tell you, talking about keeping good credit. If you have good credit, even if you don't have a job, did you know you can do properties? Do you know that you can still do big time real estate deals? You can make a living in real estate. But I guarantee you the one thing, if you want to make a living in real estate, even if you lost your job, anything else, you got to have good credit.
That's right.
And so that's why we make such a big deal about this specific topic and talking about something that we don't necessarily love talking about, which is paying our bills on time. And if you don't have credit, well, you probably not part of the people who are watching this show. Like you a grown up person. Like you done bought some stuff before.
Right.
And either you paid for it or you didn't. So if you got some stuff you didn't pay for it, get it right. And then from now on, make sure you pay for some stuff.
Yes.
Don't be scared off of them credit cards. I know Dave Ramsey said cut them credit cards up, but don't cut them up.
Yeah.
You keep them credit cards going so you got revolving lines of credit. And then make sure you take those credit. And then ultimately, when you are very responsible, then you can use all your credit cards for your businesses and things, and they give you points.
Yeah.
Those points are just sitting there. I don't know of any kind of taxation on those rewards points. I haven't seen anything.
No.
So it's just like you got to maybe have a couple $1,000 worth of reward points, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. You on vacation somewhere.
Hey.
You chilling on vacation, straight up, just from doing the same stuff you was already going to do.
Yeah.
So if you already in business and you already got your systems down, we use credit cards responsibly. It helps build our credit. And then it also at the same time gives us free stuff. Yeah. And it's free stuff the right way, not as a taker, but as a producer.
That's right.
And so in the process of producing, we've been rewarded with a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
And so be a person who can produce, have great credit, and leverage that credit to be able to have a lifetime cash flow in real estate investing. And if you need some help creating your real estate invested formula that works best for you, you can hit us up at 632-3005. We love to help you, support you, guide you, for a few months to be able to get you on your journey. That's what we like to do.
Yeah.
I love seeing couples win in real estate. I love when you see you buy your first few properties. I love when you get the first big check after a flip or something.
That's the best.
It just gives me this. I just get great joy from it. Yeah. And then to see the all the emotional roller coaster that it takes to be able to do some of this stuff. And then to see you winning and be able to help your kids win and grow together. Man, there's no greater joy.
That's right.
And so it lifts us up. So please be one of those people who leverages your good credit now, your good name, so that you can build some great things into the future.
Yes.
And so we love y'all. It's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday, and we can't wait to see you again next week. But there's one thing we know about Wednesday, but really every day.
Every day.
Is that it is always so much better together. Hey, love y'all. See y'all next time.